Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing the scores and results for this year's Giants Live Open. That will include the World Deadlift Championships. Will anyone pull 505 kilos? Stay tuned to find out. So first up, it's the max deadlift, kicking off with a weight of 400 kilos or 882 pounds. Most of the athletes made that lift, and a couple decided to jump to the next one. So the bar is loaded, and Gavin Bilton pulls a new Welsh record, 425.5 kilos. Next up, it jumps to 1,000 pounds, and Graham Hicks also hits a new personal best in competition. Next up, we've got Pavlo Nakonechny, also hitting 1,000 pounds, as did Mitchell Hooper and Ivan Makarov. Then finally, the biggest lift of the evening went to Rauno Heinler, pulling 476 kilos. That's a brand new Masters world record in competition. It's also an Estonian record, so congratulations to him. Here are the scores after event 1, the max deadlift. Rauno Heinler out in first place. Then we've got a cluster of athletes, Pavlo Nakonechny, Graham Hicks, Mitchell Hooper and Ivan Makarov all on 8.5 points. Then we've got a few more. We've got Gavin Bilton, Alexei Novikov and Evan Singleton on 5 points. And at the bottom, it's Andy Black, Pat O'Dwyer and Shane Flowers on 2 points. Those guys are definitely going to have to work hard to pull it back to podium. Now next up, it's event 2, the farmers walk into a loading medley. This is really going to test the guys and see how their cardio is. One of the athletes I think is going to do well is Graham Hicks. He used to be super fast, so let's see how he gets on. So the scores are in, and Pavlo Nakonechny takes first place. Second place is Mitchell Hooper. We know he's really good at moving with weight. Third place is Evan Singleton, followed by Alexei Novikov, Graham Hicks, Gavin Bilton, Andy Black, Pat O'Dwyer, Shane Flowers and Rauno Heinler, and Ivan Makarov was only brought in for the deadlift, so he won't be competing in the rest of the show. So here are the scores after event 2, the farmers walk into the medley. First place is Pavlo Nakonechny on 19.5 points. Second place is Mitchell Hooper on 18.5, followed by Graham Hicks in third place on 15.5 points. Now right behind Graham, we've got Evan Singleton, Alexei Novikov, Rauno Heinler and Gavin Bilton all in a shooting spot for that podium position. And rounding out the group, it's Ivan Makarov, Andy Black, Pat O'Dwyer and Shane Flowers. Now next up, it's event 3, the log press for reps. The weight, 150 kilos or 330 pounds. We've got some really strong log pressers here today, so let's see how they get on. I think the winner will probably hit between 9 or 10 reps in the time allowed, so let's see what happens. Now that event 3 is over, we've got some really interesting results. First place is Mitchell Hooper with 8 reps. Then it's Pavlo Nakonechny and Alexei Novikov, both on 7 reps. Next up, it's Rauno Heinler with 5 reps, followed by Gavin Bilton on 4 reps. But the big surprise for me is Graham Hicks, only 3 reps with 150 kilos. He's a really strong log presser, so I hope he's okay. Now next up, I've got the scores after event 3, the log press for reps, and first place is Mitchell Hooper on 29.5 points. Second place is Pavlo Nakonechny, and if he can hold on to a podium position, he gets an invitation to next year's World's Strongest Man. That's really exciting. Third place is Alexei Novikov, followed by Graham Hicks, Rauno Heinler, Gavin Bilton, Evan Singleton, Andy Black, Ivan Makarov, Pat O'Dwyer and Shane Flowers. It looks like it's setting up for a really great final. Hopefully Pavlo can hold on, because I'd love to see him compete at World's Strongest Man. Now next up, it's event 4, the hammer hold. How long can the guys hold on? Hopefully around a minute, because it's going to take that long to get the top spot in this event. So guys, the times are in for the hammer hold, and as you can see, a couple of guys came close to that minute mark. First place was Mitchell Hooper with 54.45 seconds. Second place, Graham Hicks with just over 50 seconds. Then it's Pavlo Nakonechny on 47.38 seconds. Next up, it's Alexei Novikov, Rauno Heinler, Gavin Bilton, Shane Flowers and Andy Black, with the other athletes not scoring. Now next up, I've got the scores after event 4, the hammer hold for time. And first place is now Mitchell Hooper, out in front with 40.5 points. And second place is Pavlo Nakonechny. Can anyone catch them now? I think those two guys are definitely fighting it out for the win. Next up, it's Graham Hicks in third, closely followed by Alexei Novikov. That's another battle I can't wait to see. Who's going to win on stones? Both of them are pretty good. Then in 5th place, it's Rauno Hainler on 28 points, followed in 6th place by Gavin Bilton on 24 points. Then we've got Andy Black, Evan Singleton, Shane Flowers, Ivan Makarov, and down at the bottom, Pat O'Dwyer. Now event 5 is the Castle Stones, and you know Giants Live love to finish a competition with the stones. This is where people can definitely slip up, and that's exactly what happened to Mitchell Hooper at World's Strongest Man. You'll find out later this year when you get to see it. But anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen today. I really want him to take the win now. So let's see what happens after event 5, the Castle Stones. So the event is over and the times are in. Look at Pavlo Nakonechny. What a really quick time from him. That's awesome, and it will definitely have an effect on the final podium. 2nd place is Gavin Bilton. You just know Big Gav will be really happy to do well in Cardiff. It's his hometown. 3rd place is Alexei Novikov, followed by Shane Flowers. Great to see Shane having a really good event in the end. Then in 5th place it's Mitchell Hooper, followed by Graham Hicks, Rauno Hainler and Andy Black down in 8th. Now next up I've got the final scores after all 5 events. What's happened and has there been any changes? You're about to find out. Now as they say, anything can happen on the stones, and tonight it did. Pavlo beat Mitchell, which means he now takes 1st place with 49 points. That will definitely get him an invitation to next year's World's Strongest Man. 2nd place is Mitchell Hooper on 47.5 points, and in 3rd place it's Alexei Novikov on 39.5 points. Awesome to see 2 guys from the Ukraine making the podium. Now in 4th place it's Graham Hicks. He unfortunately lost to Alexei on the stones, and that definitely cost him today. He said he'll be back possibly next year at Britain's Strongest Man, so wishing Graham a really great holiday and hopefully we'll see him back soon. 5th place was Gavin Bilton on 34 points. You just know he'll be happy with that. Then in 6th place it's Rauno Hainler. He got an awesome Estonian record and also did pretty well too. Next up in 7th it's Andy Black on 20 points, and then in 8th place it's Shane Flowers on 18 points. Then as we go down the bottom of the podium, it's Evan Singleton in 9th place with 14 points. Next up it's Ivan Makarov with 8.5 points in 10th place. And in 11th place it's Pat O'Dwyer on 6 points. It was a really great event, and I hope you guys enjoyed it if you got to see it live. If not, it will probably be aired on Channel 5 in December as part of the Giants Live World's Strongest Man qualifying tour. So that just leaves the podiums. The winner of this year's World Deadlift Championships was Rauno Hainler of Estonia with a massive pull, 476 kilos. That's a new Estonian record and also a new Masters World record in the deadlift also. I don't think anyone's going to beat that anytime soon. Rauno just turning 40 recently, he's got a lot more left in him, and you never know, he may just break that and possibly pull 505. We'll have to wait until next year. And next up, we've got the podium for this competition. 1st place is Pavlo Nakonechny, 2nd place is Mitchell Hooper, and 3rd place is Alexei Novikov. What an awesome competition, and some really great winners. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you again as always on the next one.